Empire.
Conquest.
Exploitation.
Imperialism.
All words associated with colonialism. It works like this. Whenever a well-organized, well-armed power has come in contact with a less organized, armed power, the greater power has taken advantage of the lesser. 2,000 years ago, the Romans, with their extensive, well-trained military, controlled vast lands across the Mediterranean and Europe. They built good roads, state-of-the-art ports, and advanced cities. But they granted little or no power to the people living in these territories, and taxed them extensively. Taxing those regions brought lots of money back to the rulers in Rome, who lived lavishly.
Hundreds of years later, when European countries with their advanced weapons and ships began seeking fortune in other countries, colonialism took off on a large scale. Spaniards first entered Central and South America not to live there, but for its resources, mainly sugar, tobacco, wood, gold, and silver. Natives were enslaved or killed. Some died from disease contracted from the Europeans. But many Spaniards, including Queen Isabella herself, opposed maltreatment of the natives. Eventually, some natives intermarried with the Europeans, and others gained their freedom.
And of course, our United States were originally colonies of Great Britain. But those adventurers mainly came to settle and start communities. When England taxed without giving the colonists power, the colonists took up arms and ran them off.
The Dutch were successful traders, traveling extensively throughout Asia and bringing back spices, which were in high demand in Europe. An important stop-off and return point was near the southern tip of Africa, the Cape of Good Hope. The climate was mild, crops could grow in abundance, and the area was rich in gold and diamonds. The Dutch settled in. The Khoikhoi natives, who had farmed and raised cattle in the area for over 1,000 years, fought back without success. Their survivors moved inland. At one point, the Dutch provided the Khoikhoi natives with land on the Cat River to act as a buffer against northern invaders. These excellent marksmen helped the Dutch in one of the frontier wars, were lauded for their bravery, and briefly given full citizenship and voting rights. These rights were gone by the 1890s. Rights for non-whites, including blacks and Indians, eroded. By 1948, apartheid was in full force.
It means complete, absolute separation of the races.
Its policies of segregation and limited opportunity were sometimes violently enforced. It would remain the law of the land until 1994.